Jeez. So, it's a little cold out here this morning. So I got a bottle of like ultra hot water here. As I was getting into the tent, it opened in my pocket and poured boiling water all over my leg. It's a good thing it's really cold out here and it doesn't hurt anymore already, because that did hurt for a second. Anyway, it's preamble. I have a fun story for y'all. We're going to read it. This is a post from Reddit. Let's just go right into it, okay? Also, we're listening to Radiohead's Karma Police right now because nothing could be more fitting. Here we go. The Mad Bartender. A cross post from R. Morrowind. A little story by Noah Seracera found in the comments section of the thread. It goes as thus. God, I spent countless hours as a teen playing on a heavily modded and roleplay enforced Ultima Online server. Meaning if you're not roleplaying, then the GMs will just delete your character. You have to roleplay. Heavily enforced. Okay? I played Cedric Sartone, a simple farmer turned tavern owner who eventually turned it into the best place in town. It was poppin' every night. I was buddies with every adventurer, soldier, mage, druid, and ranger that played the game. After they went out and grinded their skills and did their quests, I was waiting for them with a warm fire and plenty of ale. I'd buy their ingredients and make awesome food and booze because I had max level cooking, and I was privy to all the gossip. Little did they know I had a side hobby. I was brewing massive amounts of the most game-breakingly toxic poison possible. For over a year, I roleplayed with these people as a simple barman, pretended to be their friend and confidant. And then, during the Harvest Festival, where every player on our server was in attendance, and I was paid to provide the food and drink, I poisoned every last morsel of food, every drop of drink. And after the regent delivered his speech, and all these fools raised their goblets for the toast and took that deadly sip, I stepped onto the stage and revealed what had happened. They were all going to die, and die they did. Now, this, again, hardcore server. This is a permanent death server. Hardcore role players, mind you. You know, like 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons, you die, you're dead type deal. It's, your character's gone forever. And some people had been playing those characters for 8 years. And there they all were, collapsed and dying. Soon they were all unconscious, and you could only die if you went unconscious 3 times in one day. Or if a certain psychotic bartender came and cut off your head. Which I did. To every player in our group of 38. They were all there, and unfortunately, so was I. Revenge against what, you asked? So the server had a pretty strict policy regarding PvP and player killing. Essentially, the GMs had to determine if there was an in-character justification for any instance of disputed player killing. Obviously, my situation prompted a call for an investigation. I understood these rules from the start, though. And I kept a written log in the game. Just want to aside here, you can write books in Ultima Online and leave them on shelves and other players can read the books that another player has written. So this guy was keeping tons of journals and diaries in a bookshelf in the basement of his own tavern. Just so you understand, that's a thing you can do in this game. Ahem. I kept a written log in the game where I detailed my character's building hatred of every single other player character in the world. He would keep track of every little thing, from petty slights to unpaid tabs, but more importantly, I adopted the little mannerisms that people role-played to develop their characters and put them into the madness of mine. So, Elias was always whistling. Well, I recorded how infuriating Cedric found it in his journal, and soon he had multiple journals packed full of 1,000 reasons a mentally unstable maniac could use to justifiably, re-server rules, murder anyone. The Regent, who was also the server admin, that he killed, by the way, had some ornate cloak with a custom texture, so I wrote like 3 pages about how pompous it was, and extrapolated what kind of an insufferable prick he must have been for wearing it. I would write just 1 or 2 things down every day for over a year, so I had many books full for the GMs to locate in the tavern basement and read through. The result was that they found my massacre to be in good form and in character, so the server was not rolled back, and instead they decided to reset and implement a new landmass they had been working on. Some people were really pissed off, mostly a handful of the veteran players who had been top dog for several years in their little gladiator arena. I only did any of it because my first character was murdered by some overzealous asshole who just used his character to project his inferiority complex. He killed me on my second day on the server because I wandered into the funeral of his friend, which was taking place in the middle of town, and there was a crowd. Of course, I was curious. An aside, this was not like this person died in real life, so they're having a funeral for him. This was someone's character died in-game. So there was an in-game funeral for the in-game death of someone's character. The real-life player didn't actually die. Want to make that clear. And because I was not invited to this funeral and he was a known prick, it was found justifiable for his character to kill mine because of the emotional turmoil and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I said F all that. Rolled a new character who was ostensibly eager to please and non-threatening. I won. So yeah, let's just recap all that because it was told backwards like an anime flashback. This dude joins his server, and on his second day on the server, he's like, "Oh wow, there's like a player event happening in the middle of town here. Let's see what's going on with that." Some guy who had role-played an unstable prick was found that it was justifiable killing of a new player. He's only been playing for 2 days, whatever. Who cares if he got killed? So this guy was just like, "Oh, really? If the character has motivations, then it's okay, according to you, to just kill whoever I want? Okay. I'll do that." So basically, he just out role-played everybody. And even the regent of the land, the admin themselves, wasn't able to take retaliation against this guy for killing the admin's character. Because they were like, "Oh, well, I mean, this is an unstable dude. I mean, this guy has literally kept journals full of his growing madness in-game for over a year." Yeah, that's in character. So this dude role-played so hard and so good, he got away with Regicide. That's amazing, honestly. This is why I always tell people, hate and anger desire instant gratification. And that's why they're dangerous. They'll make you emotionally react to something and then act on that emotion and desire instant gratification. But rage is patient and calculating. This guy's my rage hero. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Later.